Hey, what's up guys? Eric here and Jenna, although she may not talk on this one. Driverlineup.com, world's okayest steering wheel holder. For the second video of the day, I'm trying to address emails and comments and messages, trying to get caught up on some things. And also, I'm dreading this current backing situation. I'm not going to show you on the camera. I'm just going to tell you that I'm not really sure how we're going to do this. This shipper, it's not made for trucks the size that we are, and it could be fun. So we're about to figure that out. But anyway, I just watched Lyle's video on the Prime Illuminati, and I got 2 emails today that are related to this. I don't know if they want me to mention their names, but one of them I actually sent a screenshot to Lyle. Someone about to come to Prime and was asking about driving for Jenna and I's fleet. And then I got another message a little bit after that was kind of like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about coming into Prime this summer. Is your fleet going to be ready? So, and we haven't talked about this for a long time. I don't think we've mentioned this since...
Well, it kind of got derailed with all my doctor's appointments and not knowing
she had some unknown variables come up.
But I'm strong like bull. I'm okay.
So a quick update on that. She is going to be able to continue her trucking career until if we ever decide that she shouldn't, but it's not going to be decided for her. So that's good news. But anyway, Lyle was talking about, you know, he doesn't want to build a big fleet. I don't want to either. But we certainly talked about last year wanting to get a second and possibly a third truck. And so I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update, and I want to be honest with you on some concerns. I won't get political, but I will talk policy here for a second. But first, let me say that yes, it is absolutely a desire of ours to work towards a second and a third truck, potentially, to have 3 trucks running by the 3 year from kind of now, but 3 years from when we get our new truck in July, as a part of our exit. Well, I don't want to say exit strategy. I think
like retirement.
Like not doing this. I don't want to drive a truck for 10 years. So that's, you know, certainly a part of the equation. And while in his video he was no hippie trucking transportation is talking about how, you know, the small fleet owners out there don't like to divulge information, and that's true. I actually had someone tell me they don't, because they don't want other people creating fleets because it's so difficult to find drivers. I don't know if that's true. Junior's talked to me quite a bit about it. Jen and I know some others that own fleets, and they all do say that one of their biggest challenges is keeping drivers in their trucks. So maybe it's true that a lot of these fleet owners just don't like the idea of others owning fleets because they have to fight for drivers. I don't know. But there's a lot of there's big concerns that I have right now, in that the future of the trucking industry, when it comes to lease operating, small fleet ownership, owner operating, is you know, it's just who knows what's going to happen. You know, this PROACT thing, you guys, I think is a disaster, an absolute disaster for our industry and a lot of other industries too. I can't speak to those though. I only talk the trucking freight industry, but I think it's an absolute disaster. So not knowing, you know, where we go from here certainly brings about pause or hesitations to charge down that road, because I don't know I don't know what federal legislation is going to do to the environment that we operate in, you know. I mean, and for those that aren't familiar with the PRO Act, is basically a federal version of AB 5 in California. Although it focuses a lot more on strengthening the ability for employees of companies to unionize. It certainly attacks the 1099 independent contractor environment, and I am adamantly opposed to that. I love what I do. I don't need anyone to come help fix it by destroying it. I think it's fine. We all have a choice. You can be a W-2 employee if you want, or you can be 1099. I don't know why no one needs to come in here and destroy one of those to protect us. But so we're adamantly opposed to the PRO Act, and I don't know what it's gonna. If it passes, and I want to believe, and Jen and I talk about this probably every day. Sometimes maybe just for a minute or two, but we do talk about it often. I like to think that they would carve out exemptions for industries like the freight industry, because it would bring about just absolute destruction and mayhem to the freight industry. Maybe Prime is already, mega carriers and companies like Prime are already thinking about it. Could they, move all the trucks to one company and have Prime be a freight broker? Or, I don't know. But it certainly leaves open and Ross brought this up with me this morning, like 4:30 o'clock this morning, from Johnson's Logic. He brought up the PRO Act concerns that he had. So it's, it's a widespread concern. Second is the tax package. There's talk of the infrastructure bill, which we badly need an infrastructure bill. But they're talking about attaching the first federal tax increase since 1993. And of course, they're trying to sugarcoat it by saying, no, it's just tax increases on businesses and those who make more than $400,000 a year. But deep down in the details of some of their proposals, you'll see that they're talking about messing with LLCs. I don't know if there's just not a whole lot of information out there, but I don't know if, I've seen certain analysts say that they think that they're going to try to tax profits on LLC before it's actually passed through to the sole proprietor, which is horrible. That's double taxation. Some are saying that it's just going to be knocking down a bunch of the things that you can write off and how you can work expenses. It seems to me like they may be potentially coming after LLCs. So, there's a lot of unknown variables. All that to say, is it still our goal? Yes, we certainly want that to be a part of our strategy. I would like to potentially, if the environment was right for it, and we continue on the path that we're currently on, which is running our truck the way we like and the way that's very profitable for us and the way we ran a lot of last year, then yeah, we would like to have a second truck early next year. But man, pulling the trigger on ordering a second truck right now is just a terrifying. After the January and February that we had, the way the winter went, the problems that we had, which we didn't experience last year. Last year, January and February were epic for us. Absolutely amazing months. This year, they were a total and complete disaster. So, we kind of have to take all things into account. All that to say, yes, it is still our intention. It's still a part of our strategy. It's still something we think about and talk about and like to try and envision the best way to go forward with that. Are we actively pulling the trigger on that right now? No. No. And it's not because we don't believe that it could work as the environment exists today. Because I do believe, I'm firmly convinced that it could work.
It's just a terrifying thought to have two trucks, one that I might have to run because that truck, it would run out of gas as soon as the sun goes down.
Yes.
A little bit of a Lyle solar powered.
She's leaving an Easter egg for Lyle because he calls her and gives her shit about being a solar powered trucker, and she calls and gives him shit about everything else. But yeah, it's it's just man, it's just, I don't know, you guys. Again, I don't want to be political about it.
It's just a scary environment.
It's just I don't know what they're thinking or doing,
The problem is when you have people who don't know anything about an industry trying to help improve that industry. They think they're helping.
Or making blanketed policies,
because I'm sure that there are situations and scenarios in which what they're wanting to accomplish would be beneficial to a small group of people, but when they lump everybody into it and think that this is a one-size-fits-all patch for everybody,
yeah, you're talking about the PRO Act could literally cripple the entire supply chain.
The gig industry,
all of it, but the supply chain, how you get food, how you get parts for your car, how you get fuel, gas in your car, how you get everything like that. Making a blanketed policy like that cripples your ability to survive, your ability to conduct commerce, your ability to feed your kids. I'm dumbfounded by it. So, being that there's those unknown variables, those are a bigger concern to me than finding drivers, even though that is a concern, certainly. Jen and I have such a strong network right now that I'm convinced we could find good drivers. Is it still a concern? Sure it is. But the bigger concern for me is just the unknown economic environment, this PRO Act and tax increases and the way fuel is going. I mean, fuel is just out of control right now, and at Prime we're fortunate to have fuel surcharges built into contracts that are helping us feel it like a pinch when everyone else is feeling it like a punch. But that's an unknown. We've basically immediately this year cut off like the Keystone Pipeline and cut off, why would we put more independence on oil from Saudi Arabia and places like that? We have so much energy here. And it's just, so yes, it definitely is something we want to do. I appreciate the messages. Keep sending them. It's flattering, and we're honored that we get messages every week from people saying, I would love to drive for you guys. A lot of you we'd love to have drive for us and with us as a part of what we want to do. No doubt about that. But, it's not going to happen next month, and it's not going to happen this summer because we're just not confident in the whole everything that it would require to make it work right. So that's the reality. So here's my second video today, trying to answer some questions. We're about to go see if we can get into this shipper without hitting 5 or 6 things on the way in there.
Well, at least you're more optimistic. You say 5 or 6 things. I was going to say without hitting everything on the way in there.
Without running over the guard shack, taking out 70 feet of the fence. I can't show you guys this place for reasons.
Hitting a FedEx truck and a box truck on the street.
But yeah, it's like, how does this even... It's going to be an interesting one. All right, guys, be safe. Make good decisions. Always drive to thrive. We'll talk to you soon.